ABC Wednesday, October 9th.
Y'all complain all day. We want books. We want paper towels in the classroom. Bet you want razors, too.
I'm still waiting on the paper towels.
Abbott Elementary returns with a new season.
We asked the district for more after-school programs. They gave us $50 for class pets instead.
Critics cheer. Abbott Elementary continues to be one of the funniest and most beloved shows on TV.
What y'all doing out there?
Taking bribes.
Proud of y'all.
Abbott Elementary, season premiere Wednesday, October 9th on ABC and stream on Hulu.
This is Sid and Friends in the morning.
But you say he's just a friend.
Oh, you're my best friend.
77 WABC. Oh,
Been a busy show, great show today, great. Busy though, Jeff Lax, Curtis Sliwa, Mike Lawler, Mozzie Pillett, Peter King, Scott Lebedo. This is still Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. And we did a tribute to Bernard last year. Bernie's gone now, it'll be a couple of years in November. And we did a tribute, and we had a doctor in studio for like an hour. He was terrific. His name is Shawn Zimberg. He works with Advanced Radiation Centers of New York. They're the biggest and best in this business. He's the medical director of radiation oncology. That's a very big position. Again, Advanced Radio Centers of New York. He did a full hour. He was great. And I was struck by how good-looking and smart you are. And Leslie didn't write that part, just so you know. She thinks that's the case, too, but I said that myself.
I'm not stopping you.
Yeah, I know. I see. You're smart. And you're back here this year. So this is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. So with Bernard, for example, he had a PSA of 18.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. I've never heard anybody have an 18. And Bernie was a tough guy, you know. He went to the gym. He never thought about it. And then 2 years later, we buried him. So clearly he made some mistakes. And it may have even cost him his life, which is tragic to say, but it's fair to say that.
Well, listen, talking about it kind of gives us the ability to help those of us, you know, those men who may not really be thinking about their health. And, you know, the PSA, which is this blood test that you just mentioned, it really should be part of an annual checkup, and it can detect prostate cancer early. A simple blood test, right, that has the potential to change the outcome of somebody's life.
That's it. So this is always a new discussion. I was talking to somebody at Maimonides actually last week. And when I was growing up, men went when they were 60. Then I became a teenager. Men went when they were 50. Now I'm hearing doctors tell me, listen, I got patients, they're 35, I think 40. What is the right age to go get checked?
So, there's a little bit of a discussion whether it's at the age of 40 or the age of 50, but you're talking about right around then, right? If you have any family members who have had prostate cancer, you should head towards 40 to start getting your annual checkups and getting your PSAs. Otherwise, 50 is, probably reasonable. But again, just to reiterate, it's a blood test, right? So a simple blood test. And that doesn't, just if it's elevated, it doesn't mean it's prostate cancer.
Right.
But it can detect things early. The analogy is women getting mammograms. We all would have our women making sure they're getting their annual mammograms.
Yeah,
we know it saves lives. And the PSA as well for prostate cancer equally saves lives.
Larry Kudlow here with an urgent warning. Washington is coming for your savings to pay for their spending mistakes. That's why thousands of Americans are shielding their savings with gold. For a free 2024 gold guide that explains everything you need to know, please go to colonialmetalsgroup.com/Kudlow or just call 800-621-3908. That's 800-621-3908 for your free gold guide and learn if you qualify for up to $7,500 in free silver now.
Advanced Radiation Centers of New York emphasizes the importance of prostate cancer screening and encourages everyone to schedule their PSA test. Early detection is crucial for survival. ARC is at the forefront with advanced radiation technologies to cure prostate cancer. ARC is the first in the U.S. to perform the BioProtect balloon spacer, which minimizes damage to healthy tissue. Get tested today. For more info, visit advancedradiationcenters.com or you can call them 866-955-4ARC. That's 866-955-4ARC. Women go young, whether it's mammograms or pap smears. They're smart. They go young.
Exactly.
Us tough guys, we die.
That sometimes happens, but again, we can stop that. And
well, let's talk about that because Bernard years ago he went for the radiation and he went for the chemotherapy, and it beat the hell out of him. And it usually does to just about everybody. So now, I just did your commercial last week, and I was reading about this BioProtect balloon spacer. Never heard of it. Know nothing about it. But I've spoken to one doctor since. They'll love me to die. Saw the doctor yesterday, Matt Spiegel, did my neck.
Okay.
And they say this really is incredible advancement for treatment of prostate cancer.
So listen, if somebody has prostate cancer today, we can do things that are amazing. The technology we have, it's constantly getting better. The balloon that you just mentioned, simple idea, recently FDA approved. We've been doing it, kind of leading the way in this, and really in the country. And the whole thing about radiation is you want to give as much radiation as you can to the cancer and as little as you can to all the normal tissues, right? Collateral damage, right? So this balloon actually goes in, we put it in, it's a 5-minute procedure, and it moves the prostate away from the normal tissue around it that can cause problems. So we can actually hit the cancer with higher doses of radiation in a safer way. And again, if you detect it early and you take care of it, we're saving lives.
Wow. That's a big deal.
It's pretty cool.
Because
it's
I know
really
a lot of places, they do a great job. You know, it's like war, the same thing, right? I mean, how many innocents die when BB goes in and, sends a rocket to Lebanon? You want to try to limit that. But even the best during radiation, they hit something. This really makes sure you're just hitting that spot.
It's like a sniper bullet, right? But you want to be able to line it up. You want to be able to have a good scope on that rifle.
Right.
And then you want to move everybody away if you can and all that normal tissue. So that's what we can do with this balloon, and that's what we do with the radiation technology we have.
Nicely done. That was very good.
Thank you.
Right there with the whole war talk. So Dr. Shawn Zimberg, is that something you do with radiation, with chemotherapy, or alone?
No, it's all about radiation. So as a radiation oncologist, we see patients with prostate cancer, all the time. And depending on the situation, we, decide how many treatments do they need? How are we going to target it? And things like this BioProtect balloon can allow us to offer a safer treatment, right, and a higher chance of cure. Because listen, we curing patients is what we do. But if we can cure somebody with an equally good quality of life moving forward, right, keep all of their functionality in check, that's really the holy grail.
Now, here's a question you're not going to get all the time.
Yep.
But this is why I get #1 ratings in New York, all right? It's not the same old cancer talk. So I've been told by a lot of people that one of the best ways to make sure you don't get prostate cancer is to have lots of sex. Every time a man ejaculates, he's lessening his chances. So I say to my wife, I go, you want me to die, do you? But on a serious note, is that true?
Well, hopefully your wife's not listening when I give you
so don't say anything stupid.
Yeah. Actually there's not that evidence really isn't that clear. Sorry to burst everyone's bubble. I probably became the least popular.
Keeping with your
balloon. There you go. Exactly.
That's not really true, huh?
But listen, it's all about prostate health, and as men get older, the prostate enlarges. Men can have urinary issues and things like that. So see a urologist. We've got an amazing group of urologists under our practice's umbrella, Advanced Urology Centers of New York. And whether it's, typically it's just benign hypertrophy, prostate gets enlarged. But this is what the urologists do. They take your PSA. And your primary care physician should be taking your PSA as well. But again, bringing it back to prostate cancer, we can save lives by early detection. And the technologies we have today are amazing.
What is, I guess maybe it's different for people of different height, weight. I don't know. I'm ignorant when it comes to this. That's why you're great. Seriously, you are great. What is a PSA number that should be the case for a guy? My age, I'll be 58 in April. So am I looking at 6?
I'm right
8?
there with you.
Oh,
so
are.
The PSA is 0 to 4. That's kind of what we say is kind of quote normal. But real quick analogy, if somebody weighs 280 pounds and they're 6'3", they're probably in amazing shape. But if they're 5'2", they might be a little overweight, right? So the PSA really depends on how big or small the prostate is as well. So that's really why you want to be seeing somebody that has a little bit more experience in terms of what does your PSA mean. Because even a PSA going from 1 to 2 in a year, that's normal in terms of it still being 2, but it's doubled. And that might actually be an early indicator, and instead of waiting till the PSA to get above 4. And we see that a lot. So again, the first step is get the PSA and get it year after year after year, because then you can compare it to the year before and you can see whether there's been any changes. Start early.
Got it. So you're going to be 58 in April too?
Go up a year.
Oh, you're going to be 59?
I'm 59.
Oh, you look great. God bless you. Seriously, you look great. I want to go to a doctor that looks good, I don't want to go to a hairstylist that's bald. That doesn't work for me. Or a diet doctor who's fat. I want a guy like you. So you guys are the best in the business. You really are. Advanced Radiation Centers of New York. And you've got a ton of locations all over Manhattan. How many? Where are they?
We do. We have eight facilities actually all over the metropolitan area in Nassau County, Suffolk County, the Bronx, Westchester, Rockland County. And we're at advancedradiationcenters.com, so people can, get a hold of us and make a consult, and we're happy to see them.
Where are you usually?
I'm usually in Long Island, Lake Success.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That's a great area.
Yeah, I love it.
So you don't come into the city every day?
I live in the city.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, so I do a little reverse commute.
How do you feel about this week with the UN?
Look outside, man.
It's a mess.
It's a mess.
It's a mess.
It's a mess.
But I hear it's fun. The restaurants, it's parties. I wouldn't go out. I never, when I lived in the city for 6 years, this week, I stayed home like it was the purge.
You don't want to be driving a car this week. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, it's great to see you.
Pleasure.
And once again, folks,
great to see you as well.
You too. AdvancedRadiationCenters.com, right?
That's it.
That's the website. Get your PSA every year. And if, God forbid, you need help, there's only one place to go. There's only one. Advanced Radiation Centers of New York. Great to see you.
You too, man.
The handsome Shawn Zimberg right there. He's a great doctor. He really is. And he's got great bedside manner. Hang out with the guy and talk. Worry about the prostate later.